I want to start by saying how Baldwin defines context and past. It seems to me that Baldwin is interpreting his context and past in a way that he wants to use them for a better present and future. In his essay, The Fire Next Time, he reveals how African Americans have lived in environments that distort their identity. He says they are really taught to despise themselves from the moment their eyes open on the world. Nevertheless, Baldwin challenges the idea of those like Elijah who were eager for revenge against white people. Here, I was able to see the new identity that Baldwin is presenting as he states, "We, the black and the white, deeply need each other here. If we are really to become a nation, if we are really, that is, to achieve our identity, our maturity as men and women." This seems to suggest that he is trying to interpret the unjust circumstances that African Americans have faced in the United States as something that should be used to unite them and whites, rather than divide them into two nations. In the text, he says, "I am one of the first Americans to arrive on these shores, and I am one of the people who built the country," in the video of his debate with Buckley. We can see that he is trying to shape his identity in a way that reveals the unjust and painful social position African Americans have been placed in the past, but without letting it justify hatred or discrimination. Baldwin's treatment of the past made me think about what events in my own ethnic history I had learned about that remind me of hatred. This is because the history of modern Korea, modern Korean history has many tragic events such as colonization, the Korean War during the Cold War, and the military dictatorship. I didn't experience these events by myself, but I heard and learned about them from my grandparents and parents. And I think they have definitely influenced my thoughts today and how I perceive the world. I wondered how I use them to interpret the world and how I might use them in the future, as Baldwin claims. Well, maybe Koreans are already using their tragic past to their economic advantage today. After experiencing the horrors of war, we developed our military power to ensure that we never suffer the same tragedy again. And now we even export weapons to other countries that are preparing for or fighting other wars. In a recent news article I read, I saw that South Korea has exported weapons to Israel, and North Korea has exported tunneling technology to Lebanon. In a way, South Koreans today are using their past for economic gain by learning from their disastrous past. So some might be happy to see that we were poor, but now we were grew to become an exporter of weapons. But I would not want to interpret our past and present in this way because Baldwin's intention in interpreting the African American past is not to wish suffering on anyone other than himself. Rather, he is hoping for one nation, one better world. My parents often tell me that when they were children, they didn't have enough food to eat because it is very hard for a country to recover from war. knowing this all too well, very well, it is not right for us to act in support of war. Of course, this is not a simple issue, but as I read Baldwin, I felt the need to interpret it so that the disastrous events my people experienced in the past would not be repeated in the present and future for all of us today. Reading Baldwin helped me to think deeply about what my unfortunate ethnic history means to me in the present and future. In my doctoral research, I wanted to study religious artworks from the Korean War era. And reading Baldwin made me realize that when I look at the artworks, I need to consider what kind of future the artists might have envisioned with their past experiences. Thank you.